and then you can offer like a maintenance contract beyond that. But as far as like a warranty, no, Sam, that's not common at all. And you know, as far as like a model won't behave poorly, that's what UAT is, right? Because in UAT, you're basically saying, hey, how you see it functioning here is how it's going to function in production, right? Because obviously you want the sign off before it goes to production. But that's really more the generally accepted approach, Sam. Okay. Leo says, have you ever faced a similar situation in your career regarding taking more time than expected to develop something? Yeah, of course, Leo, but not in a consulting basis, more on an internal like assistance basis, but not on the consulting side, no. Okay, so are we all on board with the project scope? I mean, I think Ahmed said he was on board. To me, this seems perfectly reasonable, right? And there's 7 phases. All right, so now let's talk about timelines. Sam says, great to know about UAT. We have FAT and SAT cyclines planned in my industry. Yeah, so it'll be very similar, Sam. It'll be very similar. I'm guessing you have this because you probably have like mechanical parts involved in your software, right? So you want to test it at their factory and all that. But yeah, very similar, right? We're basically saying, hey, you know, we're going to put it in this environment. This environment is exactly what you can expect in production. Try it. Does it work as you want? And please sign off. And that's basically like the end of development, right? All right, so timeline, month 1, initiation and planning, data collection, preliminary analysis, algorithm development, initial testing and refinement, introduction into existing systems, advanced testing and validation. So here, I would want to make sure we can have the algorithm development leak into month 4 just in case. And then we said it would start November 1st. Excuse me, sorry guys. We had that in the introduction, right? And then 6 months, what is that? Is that May 1st? Yeah, I think it's May 1st. May 1st. 5. All right. What do you guys think? So there's a little bit of a timeline effort here, right? So Leo and I think Lakshmi also asked about timelines. You know, maybe this will be a little bit more to your liking. What do you guys think? I'm tempted. You know the same line that we added, continued algorithm. Oh my gosh, Dennis. Algorithm development. I'm tempted to also include that in month 5. Why can't we continue the algorithm during the training sessions, just in case? Leo says, I like it, sounds reasonable. Okay, Lakshmi, what do you think? Lakshmi had some concerns about timeline. What do you guys think? Okay, Lakshmi says good for me too. Okay. So we're basically saying that we can do algorithm development over 2 months. Okay, guys. See? Rex understood the assignment. I love Rex's comment. Good job, Rex. Rex understood the assignment, guys. Sam says, do we explicitly have to mention the months in which how payments must be made? Why don't we go with purely milestone payment term to avoid the penalty from potential schedule slippage? Yeah, Sam, right now we're just looking at the timeline and then we'll talk about the payment schedule. Trust me, Leo cannot wait to get to the payment schedule. So we'll get there. Lakshmi, you're taking me to 3 hours now. We're 10 minutes away from 3 hours. You guys are incredible to stick through this. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate all of you. Okay, so are we okay on the timeline? Are we ready to go to the payment schedule? All right, so let's start talking about the payment schedule. Upon signing, 20% of total execution, monthly payments, 50% of project fee due at the beginning of months 2 through 5, 20% of the total project fee due upon completion and acceptance of all deliverables. Whatever Leo pleases with, I am good. Yeah, apparently Leo's our money guy, right? So Leo, does this payment schedule have your approval? I mean, I kind of like it, right? We're getting paid every month. We're getting paid, November 1st, October 1st, or, November, December, January, February, March, April 1st. And then May 1st is a delivery, and we had another 20%. So, not the worst payment schedule I've seen. What do you guys think? So, for me, there is just one more item I want to add. You always want to include something about change requests, right? Because there are going to be things that pop up that are outside the scope of what you're signing, right? So you always want to include what your hourly rate are. Yassine says, can you please specify what are the things to take into consideration for the payment schedule? Yassine, there's no set formula. It's basically what you and the client can agree on. That's it. I mean, sometimes you're going to find things where it's 50% up front, 50% on delivery, 10% up front, 90% on delivery. It just depends. These terms here are very favorable because, from a company perspective, it provides you consistent income, right? That's not always the case, right? Most consulting arrangements tend to be money heavy after delivery, right? So, this one to me is favorable because it kind of helps even out your cash flow, and again, I'm just talking from a business side here, right? So that's why I like this one. It provides you the consistent income that other arrangements may not do. But, there is no set formula or legal requirement. It's just what you and the client negotiate. That's it. But yeah, I want to make sure we have a change order there. I'm using 300 USD. That's probably a little bit cheap for somebody like a Deloitte or a PwC. I think that they are a little bit higher than this. But, you know, just as a general rule of thumb,